Out of all the Ripperdocs in Cyberpunk 2077, one stands out as an incredibly controversial double-edged sword. Fingers operates out in the slums of Japantown, Westbrook. Now, whilst he is the only seller of unique and incredibly powerful cyberware, a la the Quiet Mark IV, the game's best Sandevistan, as I explain in this video, he also happens to be one of the most utterly punchable twat faces in the entire game. And therein resides the ultimate issue of controversy here. On the one hand, Fingers has a monopoly on certain heavily coveted cyberware. The Quiet, as I mentioned, most importantly, but also the Pain Editor and Cataresist from Immune System, as well as the epic Fortified Ankles, which, rather than being a big super jump, allow you to hover. On the other hand, when the dialogue option comes up during the mission, the space in between, the one here suggesting you punch that motherfucker's lights out, myself, and it appears many other players in my comments sections, find this almost as hard to resist as the One Ring to rule them all.
It is a gift. Why not?
Punch Fingers. This, however, results in a major drawback which affects the rest of your entire playthrough and cannot be rectified. Fingers will no longer sell to you, like, at all. His menu won't open up. If you try to talk to him, he'll just spout this shit at you.
What's cracking, Fingers?
My jaw. It's still cracked from our last meet. You I don't trust, and I certainly have no shortage of patience.
So, we as players are left with an ultimatum. Do we bite our tongue, hold ourselves back, keep weapons holstered, and, in return for our superhuman restraint, maintain continued access to some of the best cyberware in-game? Or do we, as William Shakespeare poetically put it, cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war? Or, I suppose in this case, the fists of fury? This option, of course, gives us one of the most satisfying moments in the entire game, though another good contender is a certain scene that takes place in the Scorpion tank. If you know, you know. The options are clear. It's a red pill, blue pill, 50-50 split, one or the other scenario. Or is it? What if I told you you could have your cake and eat it too? Or more fittingly, you could have your cyberware and punch that prick as well. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, after conducting research of my own and some really amazing help in the first place from my comment sections, I have a way that allows you to both punch Fingers and buy everything you need from him within the same playthrough. To do this though, you're going to have to visit Fingers before doing the space in between mission, wherein you punch him. In fact, since the automatic love mission leads directly into this, you basically need to visit him before starting that. If for whatever reason you can't get in the front door, run around the corner here, scale this bit of roofing, and we're in. With the guy more than happy to sell to us. Sounds easy. Cool. Thanks, Sam. Video over. Let's get to it. But wait, because doing this is no simple feat. There are several pieces of information you probably ought to know before attempting to undergo this wonderful exploit for yourself. I was a mere level 9 at the point in my playthrough just prior to starting Automatic Love, and I don't know about you, but at level 9 I had neither the 110,000 eddies needed to buy the 4 items I mentioned before, nor the additional 27 street cred required to purchase the Quiet Mark IV and the Cataresist. And herein lies the crux, the fly in the ointment, the spanner in the works of this whole thing. How in the hell do we get all of that so early on? Well, all is not lost, because littering the streets of Night City at this point in the game are countless side quests, and most importantly, gigs, all of which can be completed at your leisure before embarking on Automatic Love. Do be warned though, that many of the available gigs will be well above your skill level, and nigh on impossible to complete straight off the bat. I'd advise starting off by finding gigs of moderate threat level or lower, before moving on to higher difficulty gigs as you begin to acquire better equipment and weapons. After several hours of grinding through these side gigs, you should have the eddies and street cred you need to finally buy whichever pieces of cyberware you want to have during this playthrough. Personally, I can't recommend the Quiet Mark IV enough. It is without a doubt the best Sandevistan in the game, with its 15-second cooldown, and with 3 legendary heatsinks and the bioconductor, you can get this all the way down to 2 seconds. Buy it and become the David Martinez you were always meant to be. Once you've finally acquired every unique item you could ever possibly want from Fingers, it's time for the point of no return. Simply start the Automatic Love quest as normal. It should be pretty easy now, what with the ridiculously high level level you must be. Finally, get back over to Finger's clinic during the space in between, and the sky's the limit. Punch. Well, hell, you can even straight up shoot the guy if you want, or murder him to death with his own cane. We already have everything we could possibly need, and hell, I mean, after what he did to Evelyn, I can see why so many people take it this far. So there you go, you can indeed buy from Fingers and punch him too. I'm honestly really happy to discover that this is possible in-game, as it used to feel like CD Projekt Red was punishing us for pursuing a perfectly reasonable course of action. Though, whilst the existence of this workaround is great, it comes at the cost of both time and patience. Let me know down in the comments which of these options you chose. Do you think it's way too much effort racking up all those eddies in early games simply to afford yourself decent cyberware and an immensely satisfying cathartic moment of sadism? Perhaps you're of hardier folk and are actually capable of resisting the urge to punch the prick. Either way, if this video helped you solve a conundrum that's been plaguing you for the past 2 years, then don't forget to leave a like, as it gets the video out that much further into the YouTube stratosphere. If you want more content on Cyberpunk in general, there's a subscribe button. You could click it if you want. Anyway, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. I'm Sam Bram, and I'll see you in another video.
Yes. What is it?